Which of you 5 would like to play my little game? Now, I would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful God. For 109 years I've kept you alive, so that I could savor your feelings of guilt over what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I'll give you a present in return for all the hours of pleasure you've given me. I'll finally allow you to kill yourself.
What hellhole did that godless machine put me in this time? Looks like some kind of ship, but the floor's too steady. Probably wants me to jump overboard. And into what? A sea of razor blades? Painful, but not deadly. Real hospitable of you, Am. Threadbare, cockroach-infested, grease-stained accommodations. Someone must have slipped this under the door. It says, "I'm a friend. Trust is essential. Never do what Am expects and always expect more than what seems possible." Am is playing a dangerous game here, and not just dangerous to you, but dangerous to himself as well. Hey, it disappeared. What kind of game is Am playing this time? This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch. Too friggin' cloudy. I can't see a damn thing. I've never seen anything like this in all the years Am's toyed with us. Some kind of electrical contraption. Friggin' sparks dancing all around it. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. Everything's coated with grime. My stomach's growling. Whoa, that's a long drop to the ground. Everything's coated with grime. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. Big gray bags of gas. I must be inside an airship. We're at a level altitude. A switch. The label says, emergency inflation system. What would happen if this gas bag were to catch fire? Someone's cut this fabric before. It's stitched closed. My stomach's growling. Christ, what a stench. It smells like piss, rotting meat. What? Is Am expecting me to electrocute myself? This engine isn't as ruggedly built as it first looked. There's some loose wires hanging out. The bottle's filling up with a milky liquid from the cage's feeding tubes. This lever is labeled Motivator. My God, I'm killing those poor creatures in the cages. Here's a key. It must be for opening the cages. I've got the key, but the blood of these poor creatures is on my hands. These poor creatures' brains are feeding electricity to the engines. It's locked. What's this crusty stuff? Rust? No, it's dried blood. Damn key doesn't fit. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. The bottle's filling up with a milk. These poor creatures' brain. Bitter stuff, but I feel stronger. Everything's coated with grime. All the cabins are alike. My name's printed on the front of this book. Why, this book is little more than a pile of dust. Why, this book is little more than a pile of dust. New sheet. What's the deal here? Everything's coated with grime. Sleep and dream about her again? Forget it. Where's the crew? I'm all alone here. New sheet. What's the deal here? Jesus, that engine's huge. There's blood on my hands. I've got to get it off. I don't know what to do with these. It's locked. It's locked. Damn key doesn't fit. My stomach's growling. Where's the crew? I'm all alone here. There's something hard under the pillow. What? There's something hard under the pillow. There's something hard under the pillow. A gun. It's heavy. Heavier than it ought to be. My stomach's growling. Everything's coated with grime. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. Someone sure trashed this place. Must have been one hell of a fight. Someone wiped their bloody hands here. Oh, this punch smells like gasoline. I can't take the whole friggin' world with me. Material's thick, like canvas. This junk looks like it was knocked over in the fight. There's blood here and God knows what else.
Did you really think I'd let you die now when I've intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years? No, Gorrister, I'm sending you back to the fire so that you may languish in your guilt over and over again. This is a hell with no end, Gorrister. Who among you shall go next?
Looks like a gas oven. Big enough to climb in. An old cookbook. Damn. Friggin' rats swarming all over the food. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. Friggin' rats swarm. Those friggin' rats swarm. It's empty, but the label says poison, fatal if swallowed. A kitchen knife. Damn big one, too. That scared them away. I'm no longer hungry, but I still feel empty. What's wrong with me? Looks like a fork. Nearly missed it. Where's the crew? I'm all alone here. A gun. It's heavy. Heavier than it ought to be. It's locked. Where's the crew? I'm all alone here. There's only one bullet in the gun. I don't want to waste it. These two sheets make a halfway decent rope. Why waste my rope on that? Whoa, that's a long drop to the ground. Whoa. Why waste my rope on that? Big gray bags of gas. I must be inside an airship. Someone's cut this fabric before. It's stitched closed. I've ripped a new hole. This leads to a girder sticking out of the airship. This leads to a girder sticking out of the airship. What good will that do me? No doubt about it now. Am has put me on an iron Zeppelin. But why? Why would he give me a chance to escape? This must be the Zeppelin's mooring ring. That heart's all wired up like some kind of weird guidance system. And with Am in control, I'm not gonna like where it's taking me. It's too narrow for me to cross without falling. This no-good heart of mine doesn't beat anymore. There's a compass and wires attached to this heart. Bitter stuff, but I feel stronger. What would happen if this gas bag were to catch fire?
Did you really think I'd let you die now when I've intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years? No, Gorrister, I'm sending you back to the fire, so that you may languish in your guilt over and over again. This is a hell with no end, Gorrister. Who among you shall go next? Now, I would not want you to think for...
What hell holded that godless... Probably... And it... We're at a level altitude. What would happen if this gas... A switch. The label says, Emergency Inflation System. A switch. The label says... The air... The air... Damn key doesn't fit. I'm not pulling that rope trick again. I'm not pulling that rope trick again. There's some loose wires hanging out. The engine just spit it back out. The metal in the fork short-circuited the engine wiring. The engine's completely shut down. Why is this harness wired up to the engine? Is Am expecting me to electrocute myself? I don't know what to do with this. I just dull my knife. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. Some kind of electrical contraption. Friggin' sparks dancing all around it.
And you really think I'd let you die now when I've intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years?
This looks sharp enough to slice through just about anything. Gas is rushing out. This looks sharp enough to slice through just about anything. Something feels different. Why is that alarm going off? Heavy. Must be made of... The fork's too bent. I don't know what to do with this. The metal in the fork short-circuited the engine wiring. We've landed, but where? Some roadside honky-tonk with my name on it. Dark and grubby, but somehow familiar.
He took my baby away, then just about killed her, that stupid truck driver! He took my baby away!
That shrill voice can only belong to that bitch Edna, my mother-in-law. She's always blamed me for Glennis being put into an insane asylum. Why not? It was my fault, wasn't it?
You don't ever take me dancing.
That's what Glennis said the night we fought. Oh God, why'd I have to hit her? I'd rather kill myself than hurt my poor Glennis.
Well, Gorrister, you've seen better days. So has the big machine, for that matter.
What are you?
I'm man's best friend. One of them, at least.
Where do you come from?
Here, there, everywhere.
What do you want?
I have a craving. A craving for something scrumptious. A human heart, perhaps. Yours.
I am not gonna give you my heart.
No? Too bad. I was going to tell you how to get across the mountains in exchange.
Tell me how to get across the mountains.
I'm hungry. Perhaps a taste of your heart will put me in a more cooperative mood.
So you must know what lies across the mountains.
Freedom for some. If they're cut out for it. It's a long journey across the desert.
That desert doesn't look any worse than the other hellholes AIMS cooked up for us.
Heed my words, Gorrister. You'd never make it alone out there. And don't expect me to be a good doggy and tag along.
No. What are you really?
Let me answer with a riddle. Today I saw a Chinaman. Now what do you suppose that means?
Why can't you give me a straight answer?
Like so many others down here, I'm cursed to speak in riddles. We all have our curses to bear. Eh, Gorrister?
Yeah? What's my curse?
After 109 years in the belly of the beast, I'd think you'd have a gut instinct by now.
You're playing with my mind again.
No, but I do have an in with the big machine. He and I are like brothers.
Look, I'm getting tired of your smart mouth.
Come, come, Gorrister. Forgive and forget.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
There aren't any bodies buried there, Gorrister. Not yet, anyway.
A shovel.
Be careful where you use that, Gorrister. I like to know where all the bodies are buried.
That's Edna's husband, Harry. Harry looks like he's on another one of his drinking binges. Harry, how did you get here?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
Whose heart was impaled on the Zeppelin spike?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
What do you know about the desert?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
Talk to you later. cracked linoleum, broken fixtures. Disgusting. Graffiti. The woman did the deed. Graffiti. The monster is not alone in the world. It has friends. A toilet stall. Am's never given us privacy before. None of this makes sense. Damn spout's twisted. It's broken. Whiskey. Harry used to guzzle this stuff like it was tap water. I shouldn't give this away without saying anything. Harry looks like he's on another... Let me pour you a drink. Harry, how did you get here?
The Zeppelin, Gorrister. We came on the Zeppelin.
What happened in the dining room?
I shouldn't have let her force me into it. I'm not a murderer.
Who did you kill?
Didn't look at the wreckage in the dining room too closely, did you? Or haven't you had to take a leak yet?
Talk to you later. Am's never given us There's something shiny inside the urinal. A magnifying glass, like the ones they use in detective stories. This whiskey tastes good. Am would never let us have this. No water is coming out. Big surprise. Let me pour you a drink. Talk to you later. A big, worn truck tire. Reminds me of the truck stops I used to visit. I've washed my hands of the past. Here's some hair that was pulled out during the fight. It's the same color as mine. And here's some that matches Harry's. Now I understand what happened here. Here's some... It's the same... And here's some... Now I understand what happened here. This must be the way out. The windows are all boarded up. I can sympathize with that. Things just get broken again anyway. Why bother? I was the one you killed, wasn't I, you bastard?
I'm sorry, Gorrister. Edna poisoned the punch, and after you drank it, I wrestled you to the ground. When the poison took effect, I cut you open.
Why did you kill me?
It's too complicated for me to explain. You'll have to ask Edna.
Are you sure you can't tell me where Edna is?
Have you spoken to the Jackal yet? He seems to have all the inside dope.
Talk to you later. Tell me how to get across the mountains.
I'm hungry. Perhaps... I think I'll save this delicacy for later. You want to get across the mountains? Go to the restroom and flush 3 times.
Tell me that riddle for getting across the mountains again.
Go to the restroom and flush 3 times. It doesn't make much sense, but neither does what Am's doing to us, does it?
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Heed my words, Gorrister. You'd never make it alone out there. And don't expect me to be a good doggy and tag along.
A meat locker? How'd I get bodies on meat hooks. Am, you bastard! What have you done? That's Edna, my mother-in-law. No, this is too good to be true. Glynis, what has Am done to you, honey? She can't talk. All she can do is drool out of the side of her mouth. My God, what have I done? It looks like I can't escape you, Edna. Even in the belly of Am.
Why would you want to escape from me, Gorrister? We're family after all.
You were always telling Glynis how much you hated me.
Now, Gorrister, I was just concerned about my baby. Glynis was so lonely with you always being out on the road. I know you were doing the best you could.
Edna, you bitch. I know all about your plot to murder me.
I had to make a deal with Am. I had to. I've always been harsh on you, I admit. But we're the last people on Earth. Let's help each other now.
Why should I trust my own murderer?
Alliances change, Gorrister. Something's gone wrong. Am's two Conrads don't listen to me anymore. I need you, and you need me. It's that simple.
I ought to kill you right now, you bitch.
Don't be a fool, Gorrister! You need me alive if you want to make it out of here! You truck-driving son of a bitch! This is for me and my baby!
Let me go!
I've got you now, Gorrister! And if you think you'll ever escape me, you've got some new thinking to do!
Please, I'll do anything you ask.
I don't know what's come over me, Gorrister. Can you ever forgive me? I've been hanging here for so long, I'm not thinking straight. A sip of that milk will clear my head.
No, I don't trust you.
Gorrister, let me down or I'll scratch your eyes out, you worthless excuse for a man!
Edna, you dropped a key.
Hand me back that key and let me down! I'm your only hope of getting out of here!
Sorry, Edna. I don't trust you as far as I can spit.
Let me prove my good intentions. I'll let you go. Now give me the key. Untie me, you son of a bitch! I'll rip your spleen out!
I'm taking you with me, Edna. Too big to take with me. No use. The rest of this carcass is frozen solid. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me. It's locked. So many dials and controls. So how do I get out of here? Edna wrote this logbook.
When Am took us down here before the war, I didn't know anyone could hate Gorrister more than me. But Am did. He hated all of us. If I can just deliver Gorrister's soul on a platter, I can make amends for every minute of Glynis's life I took from her. I never meant to drive her crazy.
I'll be damned. Edna's claimed responsibility for Glynis. Maybe it wasn't my fault after all.
I thought I could do what Am wants, but he's too precise. I poisoned the punch, but I couldn't bring myself to cut out Gorrister's heart. Maybe I can have my husband do it. Then this Zeppelin can clear the mountains. But if we don't finish the job, Am will feed me alive to the machine just like an animal.
It's fastened to the cockpit with a damn wire.
Untie me, you son of a bitch! I'll rip your spleen out!
This must be the way out. There's a ladder leading to the ground. Let me pour you a drink. Whose heart was impaled on the Zeppelin's spike?
Why, yours, of course. How'd you think we got here?
What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
Talk to you later. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me. Glennis, what has Am done to you, honey? This fluid should revive you, honey. Glennis, all these years and I thought I was the one who was responsible for your suffering. Let me help you now. She's gone. At least I finally made amends with her. I'm taking her body out of this freezer. The organs are still inside. Reminds me of when Am ripped that hole open in Benny's chest. Of course, Am sewed him back up again before he bled to death. That bastard's never gonna let us die. He's just gonna keep torturing us forever. I just dull my knife. One heart looks like another. It's broken. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. I read Edna's logbook, and everything's much clearer. Now what?
You must make amends and bury the past, Gorrister.
I found Edna and Glennis. How does that help me escape from here?
Such information comes at a price. But I can see that you're in no bargaining position. I'll offer you a trade. Your heart for Edna's. This is Edna's heart. A bitter organ, but worth its weight in gold to me. I give you your heart back.
So how do I get out of here?
A heart brought you here, but it will take another organ to get you out, if you can harness its power.
I don't understand your riddle about another organ.
Ah, but Edna does. And all the other animals like her.
I've got nothing more to say to you. I don't know what to do with this.
Isn't it a bit premature to be digging your own grave, Gorrister?
This whiskey tastes good. Am would never let us have this. There's nothing special to see here. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me. I'm not giving this away. If I'm gonna die, I'm taking everything with me. The animal's brain implants were released when the engine shut down. At least they're no longer suffering. The engine's completely shut down. I'll be damned. The engine's starting up again. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. The airbags are inflating. This leads to a girder sticking out of the airship. We've landed next to some honky-tonk. Nothing's happening. It's working again. I can get the hell out of here. This lever is labeled Motivator. Nothing's happening. Edna, it's good to finally see you doing something useful with those negative currents running through your brain. Edna. Filthy, like the rest of this cesspool. It's locked. So how do I get out of here? We're taking off. This leads to a girder sticking out of the airship.
Do it, Gorrister. Blow the place apart. You may never have a chance to do it again. Do it, Gorrister. Blow the place apart. You may never have a chance to do it again.
Yeah, you're made of sterner stuff than I calculated, Gorrister. Interesting. Here's a new burden for you while I attempt to resolve this miscalculation. Who among you shall go next?